Hi, this is Justin from AC Hamilton in Preston. As you can see, unfortunately I've aged since the last time we spoke. I've got glasses on and I've got a sheet of paper because my brain won't take the information anymore. It happens to us all, I guess. So what am I here today to show you the SX700 and the SX900 and the differences between the two. Obviously they look the same, they're absolutely identical to look at. So why is the SX900 so much more expensive than the 700? So without taking anything away from how good the 700 is at its particular price, I'm hopefully going to convince you that the SX900 is worth every penny of the difference between the two. So what are the differences? So, you know, we can read from a sheet of paper or a specification list, like it's got 125 more styles and it's got hundreds more sounds and it's got better effects, it's got better speakers and it's got vocal harmony. So we can read all these things, but what does it mean? Because we've still got 400 styles on the 700. Why do we need 525? Why is that going to make a big difference? You know, we've still got hundreds of sounds on the 700. Why do we need hundreds more on the 900? So let's see what this actually means and whether it matters to us. Okay, so before we get on to what I consider to be the most important things, which is the better sounds and the better styles, let's just do some of the relatively minor things, but they all add up. So I mean, one very quick and obvious thing is the Revo drums. Revo drums, basically much better drum sounds. That applies to every style that you use. Is the drum element of that is always going to sound a lot better on this keyboard because that technology comes from the Genos. We've got the chord looper here, so you know, this is not, you're not going to buy it because of the chord looper, but it's a nice thing to have. It's just a quick and easy, you know, we've all been, have you ever played where you're stuck with your left hand and you've always got to, because your left hand is driving the band essentially. So what we can do is just do a chord sequence, C, A minor, F, G, and it'll just loop it around, and that frees up both hands so you can you know, it gives you a third hand really. So it's a nice thing to experiment with, the chord looper. Other relatively minor points are, you've got the vocal harmony. Obviously that's going to matter to you if you're a singer. I'm the world's worst singer, that's not going to matter to me. We've also got more and better effects. Now a lot of you may not understand what this actually means, but if you think about the band, think about the style, the accompaniments. If there's a guitarist in your band, having that guitarist with certain effects like chorus or reverb or distortion, that can make a massive difference to how that band sounds. And you don't really need to worry about all of this. You don't, I mean, you can get into it in the screen and you can see it, but that'll automatically be, you'll automatically benefit from the fact that there's more effects to be applied to, if you will, the members of the band. different is the extra memory. It's more than double the memory. Why does that matter? Well, it's because of the expansions. I've done a video on this, but basically you see these buttons here, these expansions in the style section and the expansion button in the voice section. So it's extra Yamaha content, some nice alternative sounds and alternative styles, and it just means that before we send the keyboard out, we can load twice as much into a 900 than we can in a 700. So there's definitely a benefit there. So let's now get on to the really important thing, which is more voices and more styles. But it's not just about the numbers, it's about the quality. So when we say we've got hundreds more voices, it's not hundreds more that's just making the numbers up. These are the top quality sounds of the instruments, like the super articulation sounds, for example. So we can't show this on the 700 because these sounds that I'm going to show you now simply do not exist. So I'm just going to go into the guitar section, and there's this one here called S.Art Spanish Guitar. So that was really just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I had so much fun going through the different categories of styles. Actually, there's a great page on the PSR tutorial website that shows you all of the different categories, you know, your movie and show and your pop and rock and your ballroom, and all of the styles that are extra on the 900 that simply don't exist on the SX700. I could have literally have done about 14 videos just on those extra styles, and they're not just making up the numbers, you know, they're really great styles. And when I've got some more time, I'd like to just go through them all a bit more. So nothing to take away from the SX700, which is phenomenal at the price it's at, but is the SX900 worth the money difference? Absolutely, 100%. You know, every style is going to sound better because of the Revo drums. So many great styles that are just missing, so many great sounds that are just missing on the 700. So I hope you enjoyed that, and see you next time.